You've got to be where the action is and you've got to want to be there. You're not going to be rewarded if you don't put yourself in that position and put yourself out in that hot seat and in the pressure environment. And that's what I love about newspapers, and I love being there on the big stage trying to record the moment that is the story of the day. It's going to be front page or back page, and you're expected to get that picture. And you know, if you concentrate hard and make good decisions, you know, more often than not, things will run your way. I'm Phil Hillyard. I'm a photographer working in Sydney at the Daily Telegraph. I've been here for about 18 years. I work mostly in sport. Sports photography was something I came up with as a kid that I wanted to do. A family friend was a historian and had produced a book on the South Australian National Football League, and in it he had some photographs, and I asked him, I was only about 12 I think, where did you get the pictures from? And he said he'd taken some of them himself, and I thought, what a great job. Sit at the footy and shoot pictures and, you know, follow sport. So from that young age I pretty much dedicated my teens to finding this job in the newspapers. Covering big sporting events, you've got to really stay pretty focused on the event and actually know what you're watching. Not only are you just watching the sport, but you're waiting for that moment to happen, and you have to be aware of what the news moment is, what's going to be that story. Whether it's the person that scores the try in the corner, the story may be the person who threw the miracle pass. So you've then got to throw your lens back onto that person and know where the image is. We kind of barrack for moments as well. So I guess there's part of me that as a sports photographer and as a sports fan, I grew up barracking. I'd barrack for a team. Well, we kind of barrack for the image, you know, you barrack for what's happening, and whether that's you've got a great picture in the first half of a rugby league game of a team scoring a try in the corner, and they're all, you know, some spectacular picture. So then for that next half, you are barracking so hard for that team to stay on and be the victorious team. Because if they lose, that picture means nothing. I've recently been appointed as a Canon Master, which is quite humbling, to be honest. You know, I still consider myself somebody that's learning photography, but to be put into this position and hopefully be able to give a little bit back to the public and the camera enthusiasts out there is quite a privilege. And I think I'm the first newspaper photographer to be chosen in this role. Certain sports you get, you know, you're closer to the action than others. Rugby league's one where you're right on the sideline, and particularly when you're waiting for the tries down by the corner post, you sort of can be in the firing line. Other sports you sit back from a long distance, but you're sitting with a long lens, like cricket for example. So, but with that long lens you are watching the game so closely, and you're watching, you know, it's like you're peering into the inner thoughts of the batsman out there in his journey, you know, trying to fight off the bowlers. And because I love the game, it keeps you engrossed and it keeps you watching it closely. So yeah, I do find that we probably can watch it a little bit closer than the journos who are just sitting up there eating pies waiting for the replay. They'll hate it when I say that. But. I've always loved the game of cricket, and I've been lucky enough, I've spent many years travelling with the Australian cricket team to all parts of the world. And I actually took myself back on a separate trip to India. I'd covered the 2001 tour there, but I took myself back there in 2004 and took one small camera with one lens and lots of rolls of black and white film, and just set about trying to document cricket in that country. Yeah, I loved getting out there and just wandering the streets and meeting people and, you know, teaching myself photography basically, and trying to find the best possible picture on this small camera with a piece of film and no motor drive, and winding that into place and composing images. It was pretty rewarding.